Hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to Born to React. Let's get it.
Hello, how y'all doing today? Sorry it's been a while since I made a video, like a little over a week, but been busy, pretty busy. But anyway, today this video I kind of wanted to revisit the topic from the last video I made, and just show you guys a few instances of how they're now trying to use the Somalians and people of that and immigrants like that to push a narrative for Black Americans to pretty much stand in the front lines of this issue because without Black people fighting for this issue, they can't really use the whole civil rights like say this is like Jim Crow like they have been saying and say and try to piggyback off of the struggle of our Black ancestors um, to push their agenda or to game the system to allow their people to stay here. So, what I want to do is go through a few clips. We're going to go through one immigrant, Joy Reid, see what she says. But I want to show you what this, another liberal white guy has to say about the situation and see the narrative that they're trying to push.
For all the black Americans saying ICE isn't our problem, you do realize that they're kidnapping black Americans too, right? And they're just saying, oh, we thought they were African. We thought they were illegal immigrants. And then they will detain you for days, sometimes weeks, so that they can have their way with you in the ICE detention center while they figure out
Out their way with you. Come on, bro. Yeah, you can hear from the S's in his voice. He's a member of that alphabet community. But come on, bro. You guys, they're not having that bad of a time in there, okay? And if you are, I would then want to get out of the country even sooner.
that you're an American citizen. In fact, that's exactly what happened to this lady right here. She's an American citizen. They detained her for 2 days and kept her in that detention center. And this is what they're doing with so many people. If you're not white, they will target you. If they just have a bad day, they just feel angry or feel extra racist that day, they'll target you, kidnap you, beat you, throw you in the back of a truck, and take you to some random ICE detention center. There was one citizen that they actually deported.
Now let's read that. ICE deport two U.S. children held in custodial priority to deportation. Okay, let me just edit that the fuck out. What is that word? Hold on. So let's read that statement. Okay, so let's read this. Let's read this news story. A little clip that he. Okay, so now let's read this little clip. It says ICE deports three U.S. Citizens held incommunicado prior to the deportation. And then it says families disappeared in isolation without legal access. One child with cancer deported without medicine, and pregnant mother deported as well. So if this is the same story, it seems like their mother is an illegal, and they sent the children with their mother. What do you want them to go with? CPS? Like, come on, bro. Stop pick like these people are so disingenuous with the entire argument. They just want to invoke your emotions, bro. It's ridiculous.
To a whole nother country. And she was a US citizen. This is no longer about left versus right. This is no longer even political. It's just straight up racism against anybody who isn't white. If it was about them not working, then why is ICE showing up to their jobs to arrest them and deport them? If it was about them not paying taxes, then why is ICE using the IRS to find them? And if it was about them not being here legally, then why is ICE waiting for them at their court hearings where they are going to follow the legal proceedings of how to become a citizen here and how to be a legal resident here? It's
And let's visit those 3 points. Okay, they're working. A lot of them are working underneath the table. Okay, taxes. If they are working legally, which they shouldn't be, if they're here illegally, you get what I'm saying? A lot of immigrants, especially illegal immigrants, take from the welfare system more than they put in. So their taxes mean nothing. Especially when you look at the Somalian um, um, population in Minnesota, they don't put that much money into the taxes. They take a lot more money out, and look what they're doing with that money, our money. So this is what I'm trying to say. They're trying to invoke our emotions as Black people. We have to stay out of this. We have to get our emotions out of all of these political issues. Think about these things logically. They're trying to replace you. I was gonna curse, but they're trying to replace you. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what else he has to say.
Never been about any of that. It's always been about race. Always. If you're not white, you are their target. Right wingers, people who support ICE, are white, and they will never ever admit that it's about race for them. They want anybody who isn't white to be beaten, kidnapped, deported. They want punishment. They want violence against anyone who isn't white. That is their goal.
So you've seen that. Please, Americans, Black Americans, please do not get your emotions involved with this situation. Think of it logically, because you also have this person of immigrants. Both of her parents are immigrants. One's from the Congo. One's from, I think, Ghanaian or whatever the shit's called. Guyana, I believe it's called. Look at what she's saying. This is just going to highlight the point that I was making, that these white people are using their white privilege, not even knowing it. But they're elite. These people make millions of dollars. I'm not sure how much money she made on on the failing show she was on, but what I'm saying is they're trying to push a narrative, and they're trying to put a battery in people's back, especially black people's back, to do things that they shouldn't be out there doing, fighting for things they should not be out there fighting for. This is not our fight. Not at all. We should not be fighting for people to come here to replace us. But let's listen to what she has to say.
This woman was part of a group of people who they train to try to be ICE interrupters. And what they try to do is observe what ICE is doing, film them, and try to use their white privilege, to be honest. They're mainly white people.
Which is what we asked.
Which is what we asked them to do, right?
Yeah.
Because black people, like, we can't put our bodies on the line because cops will shoot us. And so the presumption had been, particularly a white woman, because remember, part of the rationale for doing this with ICE is to save white women, pristine white women, from being ravaged by, criminal brown men. So white women, have been taking the lead in being the ones to step forward and challenge.
If you notice, she didn't mention any of the black women that have been assaulted and murdered by these, or unalived, excuse me, by these illegal immigrants. She doesn't mention those black women because she does not relate to you black women. She's not from here. Her parents did not have the same black experience that our ancestors had. She just doesn't. She's not from. She's literally one generation away from living in Africa. Literally. So what I want black people to understand, and a lot of Americans to understand, is they're putting a battery in your back to replace you. They don't love this country, but they definitely got someone to run back to if this crap goes to it. And look at her. Look at her hair. Look at her hair. Look at her blonde hair that she wears. She doesn't even. She has so much self hate. She's not even a real African woman. She doesn't portray herself to be. Look at all the time she's come out with all these wigs and all these straight hairs. That look like a perm. That don't look like her hair texture, especially from Africa. Hell no.
ICE, and to say, as white people, we can step to ICE and step to police in a different way. In this case, this white woman and her wife, who's also a white woman, were driving in an SUV. They parked to try to block ICE from snatching people out of a suburban neighborhood. This was not like on the mean streets in Minneapolis. This was in a suburb.
Yeah,
with,
the
like,
neighbor was a
houses.
doctor.
The neighbor's a doctor.
So you can obstruct because you're a doc. Your neighbor's a doctor. What? Look at the logic of these two idiots. And Angela Yee, she looked like Mexican in my opinion. Like, what race is Angela Yee? But she got this stupid ass thing on her head. Like, come on, they're trying to put a battery in your back. Please do not fall for it, especially black men. It's black men they want you to. It's really black men that they want to be unalived, so we can put you up on a wall and have your mama come out and cry in front of everybody and make a spectacle of your life when they really don't care about you. Really don't. What laws do they change to improve the life of any man, let alone black men? They talk about how black men aren't in their kids' lives, but they won't change none of the family court laws to benefit any of us. So it's don't listen to these people.
This is a quiet white suburb. So they're driving and they park.
Doesn't
The
matter.
ICE agents come up to the car. They get out of the car, and they, to shorten it, they bang on her door and tell her, get out of the car. They order her to get out of the car. She panics and starts to back up to get away. And one of the ICE officers, Jonathan Ross, shot 3 times into the car, shot her in the face, and killed her. The reason I think this is significant and is different from the previous shootings is, to me, this is a George Floyd moment.
And not far from
where that happened, right? 6 years later. And the reason I think it's a
See, they want to invoke a black American man just so they can have some poster child. This has nothing to do with us. Has nothing to do with us. George Floyd got himself killed anyway. But at the end of the day, she was ordered to get out of the car, and she decided to just drive away and escape. That's what got her killed. Or unalive, sorry. That's what got her unalive. So come on, please don't fall for the okie doke.
George Floyd moment is that George Floyd answered the question, are black people making it up when we say cops can just kill us and will, right? And we saw a police officer with people filming him was willing to kill George Floyd in front of a crowd on camera. In this case, I think it's a George Floyd moment because this is one of those moments when somebody who's supposed to be safe with law enforcement, a white woman, a Christian, a mom. She had just dropped her kid off, her 6-year-old off at school, who's doing all the right things. She is a citizen. This is not a question of her being an undocumented immigrant.
It didn't feel like ICE agents were in danger of their lives
At
in any
all.
way. They
They
could
weren't.
easily have moved out of the way.
Easily.
Right.
And did move out of the way.
Yes.
And walked away, no injuries. The chief of police in Minneapolis said no one was injured except the woman who was dead. None of those men were injured. And it was that moment where you realize nobody's safe.
Yeah.
White women aren't safe. They'll kill them too. And so I think it's a George Floyd level moment. I think Renee Good becomes like the George Floyd of this resistance against ICE, because if a white woman, I mean, they've been killing brown people and shooting brown people, shooting black people, harassing them, throwing them to the ground, degrading them.
It's a regular day.
This woman.
So, and this video is before the Alex Petty unaliving, but you see the narrative they're trying to play, and I'm going to show a video of this Somalian girl who's going to make up a story of how she was assaulted by ICE, and listen to the verbiage that she chooses to use. They're trying to connect with us, but we're not listening. Please don't listen to these people. I don't want to see no black person die for no illegal immigrant, especially no African.
I'm grateful to have this opportunity to speak in front of everyone, and thank you to my senator for representing me and the people behind me for representing me. I can never be more grateful than I am right now. I'm not used to the attention and the fame, unwanted fame that I am receiving right now. My image is out there, but it's an image for a reason. It's an image that I will carry for the rest of my life. And I am proud. I am proud to say that I've survived ICE. I'm proud to say that I've stood up for what is right. And many people are saying, including my family and friends, that I will go down in history. And I will carry this on my shoulders. And I will carry it even though I am fearful. I am a bit anxious. I'm going to admit that I didn't expect this to happen. But here I am, speaking in front of everyone. And there's cameras recording me. Hi, everyone who's watching me right now. My name.
You know she about to lie. You just know she about to lie. Look, listen to just listen to everything she said. You can tell she about to lie. Oh my goodness gracious.
This is Nazra. It's nice to meet you guys. It's nice to meet everyone. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Minnesota. I also grew up in Columbus, Ohio, but I also grew up here, and I was also raised here. I was raised in both cities. Both are well-known Somali communities. So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. People don't really see, like, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean. So what I'm trying to say is people.
That's what the Somalian community in Minnesota has to offer. This is insane. I can't believe y'all televised this shit. I cannot believe this crap. Oh my God. Yeah, she's famous, all right. Goodness gracious.
People might be confused by me being Somali, but then when they hear my voice, they say, this girl is very American. There's something American about her. So my family says, you're so American. You're so American. There's something American about you. But then when other people see me, they're like, there's something Somali about you. You're really Somali, So that's what it's like. People always trying to.
Asian boy face. Look at his face. Just watch his facial expressions through her story.
Assume what you are, but they know you're both. So they cannot separate the two. They just want to say, oh, you're this, you're that. But that's what it is. It's to be both. So, so I got kidnapped by ICE. So now we're going to get into the story of what made me stand here today. So that story is I got kidnapped by ICE. So ICE came to my neighborhood.
Come on, G. Come on, man. Like, this is insane. There's no way you guys put this on the news.
Where my neighborhood is a very Somali neighborhood. It's a predominantly Somali neighborhood. There's many Somalis that live here. And they kidnapped me. They took me. They arrested and detained me for 2 days, and I was put in county jail. Then there was this ICE agent who called me a racial slur. So with my skin color and me being a Black person, in America, I go through a lot. I see a lot. I've experienced a lot of things. I'm also Somali, and I'm going to say right now that even though people see me as Somali, I'm still a Black person, and I can't separate the two. My skin.
You see her hand? And she This is what are those called body language investigators would point out, like when you're lying and you're trying to tell a lie, but you're trying to tell a lie, but your body is saying the truth. You know what I'm saying? Look at her head. Look at her head through this. We can go back a little bit.
I'm also Somali, and I'm gonna say right now that even though people see me as Somali, I'm still a black person, and I can't separate the two. My skin is still dark. I'm still a black person,
Hey man,
and
hey, I know some Indians who's blacker than me. They're not black. They're darker than me. You feel me? Your skin color does not mean anything. Okay? You're a Somalian woman. You're a Somali, all right?
like just a black person of Somali descent. My ethnic origin is Somali, but I'm black. I'm a person who's black under America. So I still experience racism. I still experience many things that black Americans face, and the two cannot. The two can exist, and many people don't really realize that because what they see is oh, so Somalis that can be black and they can't be Somali, but that's not the case. So yeah, so I was called
Don't let them play on your emotions, people. This shit is insane.
the middle. ICE came. They came out of their cars. They asked me to see my ID, and while they were asking me to see the ID, they just decided it was nice to be racist and say really nasty things to me. And yeah, that man, he called me the N-word, and I'm going to say it's the book the word that's in the To Kill a Mockingbird. If you've ever read that book, it's the word that's in that book. And he called me that, and then he arrested me. They arrested me. It was multiple people. They used a lot of force to arrest me.
Black people, stop associating yourselves with these Africans. It's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. My parents did it when I was growing up. If you look at my name, you know what I mean? But come on now. We need to stop this crap. Listen to this. Listen to the rest of it.
I actually got a scab that was healing while I was in jail. But they pushed me hard. They used a lot of violence. My body still hurts. I got a concussion. It's really hard for me to speak because of that concussion. They were just using a lot of force to arrest me, and I was screaming. I was crying. I was so scared. I was actually detained with a Native American woman, and God bless her heart, she went through a lot too. She was also detained by ICE, and she was also a U.S. citizen. And like me, and she had gashes on her face. They shattered her windows. She had blood on her jeans, her corduroy jeans, and she was crying because she was so scared because she was with her dog. She was so scared that her dog got hurt. She was so scared for her life. We were both crying together. We were holding each other tight, and I'll never forget, like, the fear that we both felt in our hearts that day. And like, mm-hmm. I'm so sorry if I'm getting a little emotional, but.
All right, you see that? You seen that crap, man? I don't know what to tell you. Black people, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the okie doke because you'll see prominent Democrats are trying to stoke some type of emotion out of us. Don't fall for it. That's why they keep saying someone called them the N-word. Someone called them the N-word. Black people are being harassed. They're coming after you next. Don't fall for it, bro. Don't fall for it. We need to focus on making America great for all Americans. But these immigrants, get the hell out of here, bro. Because it seems like no matter what generation they come here, you'll find some traitors with them. And that's the risk you take when you allow immigration. It's unfortunate.
Chief, good to see you. You and I were on the scene of many crime scenes together over the years in my times reporting in Minneapolis. Yes. As you know, this is the second deadly shooting involving federal agents there in a month. The current Minneapolis Police Chief, Brian O'Hara, is telling reporters basically people there have had enough. Give us a sense of just how outraged and angry people are there, how it compares with the past, including George Floyd, a situation you know well.
Yeah, so good to see you again. So, as you remember, certainly your audience remembers, 5.5 years ago, the city of Minneapolis was rocked by the killing of Mr. Floyd. The city is still trying to heal and recover from that. At that point, 5.5 years ago, the MPD was the focus of a lot of the people's anger and frustration. Now it's reversed in the sense that now that focus and frustration and anger is placed upon these federal agents that have descended into Minneapolis and the Twin Cities. And there's a crisis right now of trust and credibility. The trust is that there's no communication. Chief Brian O'Hara has not received any communication. Matter of fact, as his officers were responding to the scene of Mr. Pretty's killing, they were denied access into that scene by federal agents. And so it is very difficult. It's very difficult in his leadership to try to explain to his constituents about actions that he has no control over. So it's that, again, that crisis of trust, that crisis of credibility, that's very palpable right now in Minneapolis.
So you've seen that. Yeah, like I said, Alex Pretty got unalived because he thought he had white privilege. So did Renee Good. And this is because the mayor and the governor have and the media have put batteries in these people's backs. They've been trying to do it. They've done it with the white liberals. Now they're trying to do it with black liberals. If they had a black person dead or unalived right now, on the streets of Minneapolis. They would be plastered everywhere. The story would be the mama would be on the news crying. They would have talked about maybe his first grade girlfriend or something idiotic. But that's what they're expecting. They're expecting one of us to put our life on the line for some illegals that wouldn't do it or some migrants that wouldn't do it for us, especially Americans. They don't care that people from their community are coming here doing things to our mothers and daughters, sons and brothers. They don't care because if they did, they wouldn't have no problem with ICE getting those type of people out of this country. But let me know what you guys think about the video. Again, Americans, stay out of the way. You're fighting a fight for some people who really don't care about you. They really don't. They'll burn this country to the ground and happily go back to their country while you try to pick up that or build from the ashes. Um, but yeah, be smart. Take care. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, subscribe. Give me your thoughts. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Peace.